You're listening to Satellite Sisters.
What's a satellite sister?
The person you call when the best thing in your life happens or the worst.
The person that gets you up, gets you going, and gets you through.
And every once in a while, changes your mind.
This podcast is part pep talk, part weekly check-in.
Like grabbing coffee with a friend.
Thanks for being here. Welcome to the Satellite Sisterhood.
You're listening to Satellite Sisters. It's great to have you here today. I'm Lian Dolan in Pasadena, California. I'm a writer, I'm a producer, I'm the youngest sister, and I'm happy to welcome my sisters here with this question of the week. What is your favorite thing about the holidays? Now, this has to be something you only do at the holidays, so it's special and it's your favorite thing. All right, Julie, this was your question. So
I know, Lian. Hi. It's Julie Dolan. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm a podcaster, a grandmother, and a few other things. But my favorite thing at the holidays, singing, Lian. I don't do it any other time, but I love Christmas, holidays, hymns, songs, jingles, tunes. I love the dreidel song. I'm always humming that one. That's a good one, too.
It is catchy.
I like to sing everything from Mariah to the Messiah, Lian.
Ooh.
Wow, that sounds like an album name, Julie.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Oh, yeah, that would be a great album. But only at the holidays will you find me singing. What about you, Liz?
Okay, this is Liz Dolan. I'm in Santa Monica, California. I am a marketer and a podcaster. And I know you guys mocked me a couple weeks ago when I said I was going to decorate for the holidays because that's not something I normally do. But when I did decorate and when I was hanging a delicious smelling wreath on my front door 2 weeks ago, I thought, why don't I do this year round? It is so great for the holidays when you walk up to your own front door and you smell that evergreen. Anyway, it's something that I should do year round, but I don't. But I do enjoy it the holidays.
Liz, welcome to the Decorative Wreath Club, Liz. We finally ensnared you.
I suggest you just get a storage unit right now.
Right.
Because you're going
to build up.
You're going to build it for your whole repertoire of wreaths.
But it needs to be live something. So I'm getting the aromatherapy hit. You know, that's what I like about it.
You can get scented wreaths, Liz.
Yeah. Or dried herbal wreaths, Liz.
Yeah,
So
okay.
that you can keep year after year. You know what? I would say mine is in the same vein, but it's the tree. I do love the tree. I love getting the tree, putting up the tree. I don't even mind putting up the lights. I love the smell of the tree when I wake up in the morning and when I go to bed. I keep the lights on all day. I'm so happy to have it up for 2 or 3 weeks, and then I'm happy to take it down when it goes. So I love a Christmas tree. I love a Christmas tree. I'm putting it up this weekend. Yep. Our tree gets delivered from Oregon this weekend. Exciting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man, that's nice. I'm happy to call you on the phone. I could sing you a little tune as you're narrating. Liz, let me know.
Okay, Joel. Maybe I'll have some friends over and get you on the speakerphone and you can sing to us.
All right. If we sound giddy, it's because it's our last show of 2022. And we've had a great year. And so have you. The bulk of the show we're going to devote to some of the fantastic posts and emails we got in the Look What I Did category for 2022. You have accomplished a lot this year, from big to small to emotional to huge to special to first time to fun. So many great Look What I Did posts over at Satellite Sisters Facebook group and at our email. We appreciate it. Keep them coming. We're going to take you through some of those, and we're going to tell you a little bit about what we did. Also, Julie, you have, before we get to that though, you have some ways to combat holiday stresses.
I mean, we all have stress at the holidays. I mean, I think everybody does. So I have some certain things for Liz and certain things for you, Lian, and I think everybody's going to enjoy these.
All right, Liz, you have a couple of reminders for people. One, of course, is for our big Satellite Sisters holiday wrap party sponsored by MeUndies. And that's going to be on it's Sunday, Liz.
But we're this Sunday. It's Sunday the 11th at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a party, you know. And of course, we have your son, Colin, as the as the mixologist, and we'll be explaining what the two drinks are. But we've also got a sponsor this year. Thank you, MeUndies.
Thank you, MeUndies. I know we're excited about
We're
that.
gonna be in MeUndies. I mean, we're gonna be wearing clothing. Yeah, but MeUndies certainly.
Under our clothing. Yes.
All right. I just wanted to do a quick follow up on the Hallmark movie class I took last week. There was a lot of interest in that. I thought, why not? I'll take this 3-night story summit class on how to write a holiday movie. Now, it wasn't specifically for Hallmark, but I just keep calling it that because there was several people who had produced for Hallmark and executives from Hallmark and a woman who had done movies for all different kinds of channels. So it was 500 people signing up for this class. So
wow.
It's a live Zoom with 500 people. That was a lot. Needless to say, the old raise your hand icon, that was just, I mean, God bless them. They tried to include people in the class, but here's what you need to know. I took some takeaways away. Now, a lot of the people had very little writing experience, but it was great that they were there. Others had a lot of, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze one sec.
Don't you wish we had one of those old fashioned radio cough buttons?
Sneeze buttons. Yes.
I think it's a first. Have we ever for the year sneezing on part of the show? Okay.
Must be your tree.
All right. So here's what I learned. I learned a couple of things. Like, you really can't have them kiss till the end. Like, that's it. It has to be the last scene. Even though they are changing, there are a lot of different sort of configurations for some of these movies now, which is great. All different kinds of families and couples and all sorts of things. So it's not just the same 28-year-old white woman having the same relationship over and over again. So you can kind of think creatively. But the main thing I learned was they don't pay very much. So don't spend too much time writing the movie.
Really?
Oh, Leanne, that seems very hard nosed. I mean, where's your holiday spirit? You know
what? It's a good lesson in the sense, like, for someone like me who is actually a professional writer, and like, okay, so if I allotted 3 weeks to this, then it's worth my time. But it's not a 6-month project. And like, they start buying those movies in January. So I have a limited window to like get rolling. But it was really fun to think about. I did write up a treatment very quickly last week. I changed a few things around that I had in my mind based on, some of the input I heard. And there are a lot of people out there that want to write Hallmark movies. And so that is fun. So it was a really fun experience. But that was the key. Just keep it moving, people. Keep it moving. Just write it down and send it out. Write it down.
So do you think? So will you write a script? Do you think, Leanne?
Yeah, I think I will write a script. I just got my notes back on my next novel, like literally yesterday. I was actually using this as a project, like in between books. I thought, well, just so now I'm in a little bit of a situation, but yeah, I think I will try to write something because I have a treatment. And again, I don't want to overthink it, Julie. I think I can just roll out 84 pages of a screenplay. Okay. I think I can do it.
You know that I'm happy to consult because I have seen a lot of the Hallmark movies, Leanne. Happy to help you. I know you don't like my help in writing, but I'll just pass that on. And we did watch Royal Nanny again at our. It's now in rotation over here in Dallas. Anytime.
Yeah, mine is not a royal movie. I can say that for sure. Not doing a royal movie.
Okay, well, it is the holiday season, and let's face it, despite all the cheer, and we have a lot of cheer here at Satellite Sisters, it does remain a very stressful and difficult time for a lot of people. I mean, whether you are missing a lost loved one or you're going through a difficult time, sometimes you're just, the holidays and all the activity can really add up. So I think it is important to think about the stress, your own stress level, think about stress levels with your family, your friends. And I saw a couple of things this week that I thought, well, I think we should share them. The first is, and maybe you know more about this than I do, but something called Blue Health. Liz, have you ever heard that term before?
No, I've heard of the blue zones where those are the places in the world where people live a really long time. Is it that?
Well, it is related to that. It's blue health is the concept that being in or near blue spaces such as rivers, lakes, oceans, seas, that boosts your emotional well-being. They've done a number of research studies now, and like 65% of the people that respond in a lot of these studies said that they feel less stress when they're looking out at water, or that when they hear the sound of water, that can really help with their emotional well-being. Now, Liz, I know your spirit animal is the sea turtle.
The sea turtle, exactly.
Do you feel like this, helps you when, I mean, you live close to the water.
Yes.
Do you feel like you go to the water or you seek the ocean, a walk on the beach if you're feeling stressed?
Yes, it's not quite a walk on the beach yet. I'm working back up to that.
I mean, yes. Okay.
But I do, like most evenings, right before the sun goes down, Hooper and I go down to Ocean Avenue and we walk along the park there on Ocean Avenue that overlooks the beautiful Pacific Ocean just as the sun is setting. And it's delightful. I find it very calming. And so does Hooper. So yes, looking at the water. Well, first of all, being at the beach is naturally very relaxing compared to being at work, say. But yeah, I'm with you. Blue zone.
I mean, and I think to think about it during the holiday period. Okay, so many of us don't live on the coast. We don't live near water, but it may be that you want to seek water out during this period. Go to a lake. Go to near a river if you can. I think even though this is not in the research, I'm just adding to my. I'm creating.
Good. Yeah.
Are you ready? You're ready for this? I think even a big warm bath is part of this idea of water, of the sound of water, connecting with nature, and how that helps to reduce stress is really important. So that's what I'm saying. Okay. I don't know if there's any research on taking a bath or running a bath, that sound that's going to make you feel better. But Lian, how about you? Do you like the sound of running water? Yes, it helps.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Water's I'm a Pisces, Joel. So yeah, water's a big thing for me. I really, I'm a big believer in this. This does not surprise me. I'm happy to hear this.
So, and that we should try to, and I think if you have not incorporated that into your lifestyle, it's a good time over the holidays, to do something a little different. The New York Times had a story about other activities and exercises that you can do to reduce stress. And one of the things that they suggest is to take some little mini holiday right in your own hometown. Do something different that you never do in town. So maybe it's like going to a body of water, a lake, even if it's frozen at this time of year, that could be good, but they also suggested, a lot of people are traveling at the holidays. There's a lot of crowds when you're shopping, you're going to maybe crowded parties. There is, that increases the stress because you're squeezed into places. Okay. Mm-hmm. And what they're suggesting is that you need to do things to release that sense of being squeezed. And they recommend things as simple as like shaking your hands, shaking your head, stepping back the way like an animal would when they're trying to dry their wet coat. Just shake yourself off if you're being squeezed.
I'm just imagine doing that at a Christmas party, Julie.
Well, I would suggest after you were squeezed at the Christmas party, Liz, that you leave the party and then you do yourself a little shake off. Okay, it helps with the stress. You get off that plane after being jammed in the back of the plane, and just do a little shake. Okay,
shake out.
I think that can help. Lian, they also recommended trying different activities. Okay, one of the things they said that can reduce stress during the holidays is take a dance class.
Oh, okay, excellent.
How about that? But you're already doing that, Lian.
Yeah.
So you need to do something different. I mean, do you think you would try some different form of exercise over the holidays?
Please don't say pickleball. Okay, don't say it.
No, I wasn't. I was thinking more of that aerial acrobatics stuff. Like in the gym where they have you hang upside down. You're supposed that again is a way to really
Yes.
bust through the stress of the holidays by doing something different, by, be sure, things, or in some cases doing things that you have good habits during the year, like always walking or walking with your girlfriends, but during the holidays, you don't do that. They say you've got to do, this is really important to do to keep up those good habits, because all of that helps to reduce stress.
Well, that I believe in. Right.
Are you buying
Yeah.
this?
Yes. No, totally. Because once you stop exercising, then you just start eating, and that becomes its own stressor. So yeah. You got to keep up with the good habits as you can. And sure, Julie, if you want me to try aerial yoga, I'll give it a whirl.
Yes.
Sure. I'll try it.
I think, okay. And the micro adventure, go somewhere new in your hometown. Okay.
All right. Well, here was my strategy. I saw this piece on Food and Wine magazine, and it was just entitled 12 toasts for the holidays. Okay. And these are not like toasts like cheers to you. These are actual like crostinis with food on them. And I thought, oh my gosh, I could literally just eat these toasts for the holidays. I mean, we're going to put a link to this in the show notes, but if you love toasts as much as the Satellite Sisters love toast, I mean, smoked salmon toast with mustard butter, spiced ham and cheese toast, mushroom toast de Bourgogne. I don't know what that is, but how about a deviled egg toast? Holy cow, that looks fantastic. Ooh, tomatillo toast with prosciutto and manchego. So I think that maybe my eating strategy is just toast over the
I like it. Okay.
just toast.
I like it.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to whip up one or two of those for the holiday wrap party, Leah. And
you know what, Liz? I will.
Yeah.
Please do. I'm going to do that too.
That's a good idea, because I'm doing the holiday wrap party and then actually having the fam over for dinner. All the kids that couldn't come at Thanksgiving because they had COVID are coming after the holiday wrap party. I'm going to make up some toast. I got to make them vegan, but I can do it, Liz. Good idea. Good idea.
Yeah, I'm sorry none of us will be in the same room for that party, but that your family can enjoy it. Good. That's good. Okay, you guys, I want to share one of my favorite emails of the season. I man the Satellite Sisters email box, which is slightly less of a job than manning our real mailbox, which I do poorly. But the good thing about the email is that I have like an auto forward into my regular email. So I do see everything that comes in. So I got this one great email. Now I have to protect the identity of the person who sent it. You'll see why. But let's just say this was an email from a loved one of a Satellite Sisters listener. And this loved one wrote to say that their loved one was a huge fan. And so for Christmas, they wanted to get some kind of Satellite Sisters gift. And was there any such thing? And of course there is. We have a shop, but this loved one had not yet found the shop. So I got the email. I responded with a link to the shop. So this is also a way of reminding you, if you want to find the shop and be a hero to your loved ones, you go to satellitesisters.com, and right there on the homepage under About, if you click on that, you'll see the shop. Anyway, so at the shop, we have logoed merchandise, but then we have some specialty items. We have like peace and sauce stuff. If you're a fan of Cooking with Liz, we have Two Paws Up stuff. If you're a fan of the Lab Rats, we've got Urban Nana merch, Julie.
Yes,
there's some good Urban Nana stuff, and a classic one is the You Can't Make New Old Friends. Anyway, so I had this exchange with the loved one about the loved one, heard back from the loved one, successfully purchased some of the merch, and is convinced they will be, quote, a hero at Christmas. So I just want to say, you want to be a hero, the shop is open. And I was just very happy that someone who is not a fan was just taking such good care of someone who is a fan. Don't you just love that? I love it.
Beautiful.
That's the real spirit of giving. Mm-hmm.
It is.
Julie, you just did a couple of great stories on how to reduce holiday stress. Some good tips in there, but I want to give Satellite Sisters listeners one more tip, and that is to get Calm. Have you tried Calm, the #1 mental wellness app, Jewel?
Yes, Leanne, I really like the ability to use it for meditation.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. You can really reduce stress and anxiety through guided meditations. You can improve focus with curated music tracks. You can rest and recharge with Calm's imaginative sleep stories for both children and adults. And you know what? I really enjoy their new daily movement sessions. These are have you tried them?
No, I haven't tried that, Leanne.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're like 10-minute sessions. They're designed to relax your body and uplift your mind. They have ones for the morning. They have ones for midday. They have ones for the end of the day. So wherever it works for you, combining some movement and then the meditation, that is going to relieve holiday stress. Over 100 million people around the world use Calm to take care of their minds, and Calm is ready to help you stress less, sleep more, and live a happier, healthier life. For Satellite Sisters listeners, Calm is offering an exclusive offer of 40% off a Calm premium subscription at calm.com/satellite. And Calm, of course, is CALM. Calm.com/satellite for 40% off unlimited access to Calm's entire library. That's calm.com/satellite. Thanks, Calm. So, Liz, I understand that you have now ordered some new Prose. What has arrived at your door? It's the world's most personalized hair care. Literally has your name on it. What did you get this week, sisters?
Not only did I order it, Leanne, I like took the whole test again because I just wanted to make sure that I was just getting exactly what's right for my hair right now for where I'm living right now. So I stocked up on the conditioner, Leanne, because I go through more conditioner than I do shampoo. You know,
I do too.
I only shampoo my hair like every 3rd or 4th day, but I do condition it every day when I'm in the shower. So I doubled up on conditioner, and it's a little gift to myself. I actually went there to buy gifts for other people, but also managed to buy some for myself.
All right. So what Liz is talking about and what we love, Prose is the world's most personalized hair care. And you can take this quiz. It's over 1 million people have taken it. It's an in-depth hair quiz, which analyzes 85 personal factors. And so they can determine a unique blend of ingredients to treat your exact concerns. And they have a review and refine feature so you can tweak it. If for any reason you have a change of address or hair color or diet or want a new scent, that's cool. Prose is totally fine with that. And if you're not 100% positive Prose is the best hair care you've ever had, they will take the products back, no questions asked. But I heartily endorse Prose. I really love the Prose shampoo and conditioner, the leave-in conditioner. I've started to take the hair vitamins now, Liz, after taking
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's all happening for me. Thank you, Prose, so much. Prose is the healthy hair regimen with your name all over it. Take your free in-depth hair consultation and get 15% off your first order today. Go to prose.com/sisters. And Prose is spelled PROSE. Prose.com/sisters to get your free in-depth hair consultation and 15% off. Thanks, Prose. All right, sisters, maybe this is our favorite segment of the year. Look what you did. We sort of started this during the pandemic, right? When people were sort of down and out in 2020. We put up some little victories there. Show us what you did. And people started posting on our Facebook group their photos of what they had baked and what they had baked and what they had baked during the pandemic. And then the next thing you know, it just spawned an annual event. Sat Sisters, look what you did. We have gotten some amazing posts and emails. I just want to say, haven't you been overwhelmed? These are like funny and fresh and clever and heartfelt, really inspiring, don't you think, Liz and Julie?
Oh, absolutely, Leanne. I think I just love it that Satellite Sisters are sharing more of themselves with us. You know, we do all the talking over here, and you know,
right.
And it's so wonderful and inspiring to hear about what's going on in their lives.
Yes.
Yeah, and people have had like hard times and good times and every kind of time in between. And that's why we do really enjoy hearing from you.
Right. It has just sort of lit up our feed over there on Facebook. And then we love getting your emails too. So even though we're talking about look what you did right now on this show, please continue to post throughout the year. I think if you haven't joined our Facebook group and you're still on Facebook, you would find it inspiring. It is the nicest corner of the internet over there. And I have to say, I mean, hats off to the people who are posting like full photo essays now. I mean, they are taking this to the next level. We have some people who are just posting a regular post. Others, photo and post. Some people photo essays about their year in review. One woman said, this has been very therapeutic for me to do this. So fantastic. We enjoy it. Make sure you use the hashtag #SatSisters. Look what I did. And that will direct people who are following that hashtag to see your posts. But Jill, you're going to start us off. We went through, there are too many for us to mention, but we sort of divvied up some of the Look What I Did posts into categories. So Jill, you're going to start us off.
Yeah, I wanted to share some of the thoughtful comments that a couple of our listeners wrote about. Bonnie wrote that she said, as she was reading all the accomplishments posted, she thought to herself that she didn't really feel like she had anything to celebrate this year. In fact, this year had been a bit depressed. But she said that one of the few things that I look forward to is Tuesday. The new podcast comes out. I'm not trying to play the martyr or look for uplifting comments. I know I need to find that in myself. But what I realized is that others may feel that they have nothing to be happy or grateful for. But you did as I did this year. You got up, you faced each day, and that included all the mundane things that need to be accomplished, one foot in front of the other. So that's her Look What I Did. And that is Look What I Did worthy. So thank you, Bonnie, for sharing that, because that's the truth. I know our sister Sheila always says that showing up is a big part of, of every day, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I like that one. But I also wanted to mention Chris, who said that she didn't have anything that happened, but she did have she had to heal a broken heart this year, that she lost all 3 of her beloved dogs, and each one of them fractured a piece of her heart. But then she was very lucky to find a new friend, and she has this wonderful new dog in her life. And, she just never expected to feel that way about another dog. And this dog needed her as much as she needed her. And so that made this year a very special year for her. And Candace wrote, and I thought this was a lovely one. She said that her husband she and her husband were separated at the end of 2021, and they have 3 young children. But they spent the year working very hard on themselves and on their communication. They had celebrated their 10-year anniversary in October, and it's one of the biggest life achievements. Modern marriage is very, very hard, Candace wrote. Love helps, but it's not enough. Thank goodness for therapy, family support, and my sisterhood.
That was really a nice one.
That is a good one, and so thoughtful and so sharing. I just was so happy to hear about that. Finally, Patty. Okay, I love Patty her post, because I would never do it, but good for you, Patty. She got her first tattoo. Okay, I love it. Okay, she climbed a head wall with chains, paid off her mortgage, and made new friends in 2022. So good work, Patty.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, there were a lot of people that had just accomplished a combination of things, big and small, that really made them feel good about the year. But there were a bunch of people that jumped out to me who made some big changes in their life, like big work-life transitions. So I'm going to blast through a bunch of them because there was a lot. I'm going to start with Olga, because Olga emailed us to say, in 2022, I graduated from graduate school at 52 years old.
Good for you, Olga. That's
yeah.
great.
I am so proud of myself. I had never been to college. My husband has a job that moved us all over the country and abroad for 23 years of marriage. Through the years, several people had told me I should be a counselor, but it never occurred to me that it was something I could actually do. And as the years clicked by, I thought, well, that ship has sailed and I'm not even cut out for college. So then she did do it. Well, first she had to pass a math class. That was a little hard. She worked her way through. She said, after a few weeks of tutoring, I was able to meet the math requirements for college algebra. I was in. Then she received her bachelor's in 2019. And now she went to graduate school and this year received a master's degree in clinical mental health counseling with a specialization in marriage and family therapy. I think that's so great.
Yeah.
It's so transformational for Olga, and now she's in a job where she can be transformational for other people. So yay, Olga. Okay, now just a quick rundown of a bunch of others. Jenny said, after years of stagnation and malaise, I left my cushy job as a professor to become executive director of a free medical clinic. I feel valued. Yes, right? I feel valued and useful and challenged and finally happy at work. So that is great, Jenny. Then Jan, a lot of people went into kind of healing things. I noticed a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just
Yes.
nature of the sisterhood. Jan, she had been 35 years in accounting and boom, she just changed, enrolled in school, and she now has a degree in holistic nutrition and started her own business in that area. So, okay, good for Jan.
Nice.
Heather, Leanne, maybe you should do this. I am opening a yoga and bar studio on January 1st. I'm working as a full-time as an engineer and teaching yoga and bar at night, trying to launch into retirement at some point over the next several years. And then she told a funny story how she was having her nails done and noticed the place next door was for lease and just went and rented it. So
Yeah, maybe you could have a writing yoga studio.
No, none of those things are ever going to happen. Nope. I like going to yoga and not being in charge of anything. It's actually the appeal to me of going to yoga. I have no intention of ever becoming a trainer. Nope. I just go put my mat in the corner and let someone else take over. I like it.
Okay.
Good. Namaste, Heather. Namaste.
Well, here's something Nancy did that might appeal to you, Leanne. It was a great picture of she and her partner, and she said, we sold most of our belongings and spent 7 months on the road, moving from Massachusetts to Washington State, all while I worked from the road. I got to hit some bucket list items, Yellowstone and Tetons, where you used to live, Leanne.
Yes, beautiful.
My husband and I had tons of time together through it all, and we still like each other. So,
that's an accomplishment. Excellent.
Amanda also went back to school and she started an MBA program. She's the oldest person by far in the class, but she is loving it. Let's see. I think I had one or two more in the work area. And here's a good one. Mary said, this is more of a big life change. I took an incredible leap of faith. After our only son joined the Army, my husband and I sold our house and moved to rural Tennessee. The generous sales price allowed us to retire early and start a brand new chapter. So that is great.
I like that. New chapters are always good.
Yes. And Mary, here's the last one in the work-life transition. I started doing stand-up comedy. Still working on my tight 5 minutes. I always go over. Yes, we know, Mary. We always go over too. Okay. So,
Okay.
That was some good sort of work-life transition, but there's so many more if you read them. But then there was a whole other category that jumped out to me, sisters, because we are not crafty. Is anyone in her face? None of us are crafty. But many of the satellite sisters did major craft things. And I was just really impressed how much stuff you're all doing with your hands, your own creativity.
Our sister-in-law, Susan, is crafty.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. She's a painter, an artist. She does beautiful things. Yes. Yeah.
Thank goodness we added Susan to the gene pool because we never learned how to do that. So here are just a couple of the crafty people in the sisterhood. Denise bought and learned how to weave on a 4-shaft loom. The
Wow.
instructor said, use your favorite book. And then in the picture, I guess you have to have a book sort of holding the loom together. I don't know. Anyway, Leanne, she's got it Lost and Found in Paris on her 4-shaft loom.
I was
So-
honored.
Okay. So now I can't remember are the names above her. Okay, so Kathleen entered her artwork in a members exhibit at the White Bear Center for the Arts, and here she is. She posted a photo with her dragonfly on the opening night. It was a first for me and very exciting. So, I think doing your own artwork and putting it out there, that is
I know.
gutsy.
I know.
So, but also, Sonita, okay, she didn't make this, but she said, I submitted a vintage quilt made by my husband's grandmother for a museum exhibit, and it was accepted. And so there was a beautiful picture of her grandmother's, I guess her great-grandmother, whatever, quilt in the Iowa Quilt Museum.
I know. That looked beautiful.
I
was-
love that story. Yep.
I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like it. Carol has been painting rocks. She finds it very meditative, and so many others, all with great photos. But I know you each had a crafty favorite too, right?
Right. Oh, well, mine was Cheryl. Okay. She tried her hand at glass fusion with a friend who is a glass artist. Okay. So much equipment involved. Exclamation point. Okay. But here's the other thing. It seems like it would be hot and very dangerous. And so good for you, Cheryl. Okay. She said it was a lot of fun, but she's going to stick to pottery. Okay. I think that's wise. All right.
I loved Sylvia's post. She knit a gnome every month this year. Yes, a gnome, GNOME, a gnome. She knit gnomes, and she posted an adorable photo of her 12 gnomes that she knit over 2022. I mean, that just made me smile. I love that one. Loved it.
Okay. I have 2 more quick ones that are just in case you're not crafty, but you want to get started. Mary built her own art studio. That's a good way to get started. And Tamara joined the senior center. She said she's the youngest person there by far, but she joined the senior center so she could get art classes on the cheap. So
Great idea.
Good
Just
tip.
put yourself out there.
Great idea. Well, Liz, I took a look at a couple people that were doing firsts and things that were fun. And some of those are crossovers. So Pamela, congratulations. She launched her first kid off to college. She's very happy. Cynthia, my hat's off to you. Finally an empty nester now. Congratulations. First. Emily, way to go. You fixed the kitchen sink faucet leak. And Emily, that was the first time you had done that. You're not going to regret fixing that leak. All right. So many people had fun this year. A lot of those fun experiences involved sort of once in a lifetime trips with their satellite sisters, which I liked.
know.
They ditched their families and they went to Europe with their satellite sisters. And these women were not all together. They were separate trips. Jamie, Lori, Tandy, they each went off to Europe with their satellite sisters. Lynn, she went to England and she did so. She had this trip planned since 2020. Of course, it was canceled many times. And then her sister got ovarian cancer. So she had to help her sister through ovarian cancer. She went to England. She loved her experience there. Sue also went to England with the History Chicks. They took our friends, the podcasters.
I
the
saw that
History Chicks,
picture.
and they took a group to England, and Sue said part of it was a small group tour of Highclere Castle. Like they had the whole Downton Abbey Castle to themselves. So that's pretty awesome. Julie, remember Laura, who we met in Dallas, who gave us the beautiful hand-painted clips?
Yes. Yeah. Laundry clips. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, she left the country for the first time. She went to Tuscany with her satellite sisters.
Wow. Now
Yeah.
that's living, Liam.
People got going. Kathy went to Italy and Germany with her husband and daughter. It was a first for them. They'd never been to Europe as a family, and tons of fun. So great. People got out and about. Susan, I watched the video of you and the Sonoya Steppers in that Christmas parade like 20 times.
That was so great.
So
many
great.
times.
They looked fabulous. Yes.
I mean, this is a group of pom-pom waving, twirling women of a certain age. They were wearing little Santa's, like Santa costumes, like sexy Santa costumes that lit up. And they were like marching their hearts out down Main Street for that parade. I loved it. Terry, she took up tap dancing. Finally, she said, as if she's been waiting her whole life to take up tap dancing. You did it, Terry. Way to go. Diane, hats off to you. She read 111 books.
Wow.
111.
Wow.
Including Lost and Found in Paris. So also appreciate that. But way to go. That's a lot of books. Thank you for supporting writers, authors, libraries, bookstores. Okay. And then a wonderful category, just people doing good. Now, lots of people in our Satellite Sisters Facebook group do good every day. So we just are highlighting a few people that mentioned what they had started this year. Barbara and her husband launched a nonprofit to help first responders in their communities, simple things like gifts and meals and things like that. Kathy had taken a break, but she's back in it. She is leading a Girl Scout troop. Way to go, Kathy, coming out of retirement to lead that Girl Scout troop. Love it. I mean, Sue looks like she single-handedly revamped a rundown dog park at her condo complex into a cheery community space. Did you see that?
I did. That was quite an accomplishment.
Good for humans and dogs.
Yeah.
So the double count for that.
Martha went on a delegation to Jordan, okay, and she's with an all-women's delegation, and she spent a few days in a refugee camp to take a look at things there and sort of understand how those work. So great work, Martha. And Courtney and her teenage son created a little free library in their neighborhood. All right, that's neat. Okay, but this got me. It's long, so I'm not going to read it all. But Lois is a frequent contributor over at our page. And Lois lives on what appears to be like Little House on the Prairie. Okay. She lives, and I say that with love in my heart. Lois and I look at Lois posts and I think we do not have the same life at all. But I love hearing about Lois and the farm and the grandkids and the canning and the milking and everything she's doing. So Lois said she bought this farmhouse, okay, years ago. They wanted adjacent land. So they have a farmhouse. They bought another farmhouse. And they just said, they bought it from a cousin that said, just leave whatever you have in there. Don't worry, we'll take care of it, which is very nice. And according to Lois, the cousin left a lot of diaries and letters from the 1800s to the 1960s. So she said she has worked over the years on returning the letters and photos to the folks mentioned.
Wow.
Okay. That is amazing.
Amazing.
I mean, can you imagine what it's like to receive that, to be on the receiving end of that, to have that connection that you never had? Lois, way to go.
I know. I mean, there's so much more detail here. She said this summer she finally found a niece, now in her 80s, of a former owner, and was able to give her many years worth of letters written between her grandmother, Gert, of course her name is Gert, and her grandmother's sister, Blanche. I mean, that's the original Golden Girls right there, Gert and Blanche. But it goes on to tell the story of how she kept one of Blanche's 1943 canning records. Okay.
Wow.
So, I mean, now we go into the canning because it's Lois and it's Iowa and we're living in the farmhouse now. But, and then she included a video of her canning her vegetables. But this is it. I mean, how great is that? Imagine getting that. Like, hey, I found this. It's from 100 years ago. It appears to be your great grandmother. Amazing, Lois. So that is an amazing thing to do.
She's her own ancestry.com right there, you know, right?
Yes.
Because you figure it would have been so easy to not do that.
To not do it.
To just like, what would we have done in that situation?
We know what we've done. We would have done.
I think we would get a dumpster, you know, so God love you, Lois.
Yeah.
That's the way it's supposed to be done.
I thought that was amazing. So those are all my picks. But again, if you haven't participated, please continue to post. It's just uplifting. It's great to see. We thank everyone who posted their beautiful stories. We appreciate it. All right, now we're going to do our own though. Who's first on the list? I've lost my rundown.
I think I'm first on the list. I didn't pick this, but okay. So I was really thinking about 22. What are the one or two like most meaningful or important or hard things that I did? The first is that so much of the year was about getting face to face with my friends. You know, we all got through 20 and through 21. And then 22, things seemed to start to like open up a little bit. There were opportunities to be together in the same room. So in the spring, I went to my friend Mark's crazy birthday party that
Right.
Yeah.
that I posted the photos of, where we all had to come with costumes where we were a different island. So that but
Yeah.
that was really fun, because that was Mark is a friend of mine. We worked together when we were in our 20s, and it was his 65th birthday. So, when you're together with friends that you've known for like 40 years now, that is a super special feeling. So that was like my first trip this year anywhere. Then at the end of the summer in September, I mentioned on the podcast the #Silver Summit. That was getting together with a group of my college friends, and we have been Zooming since the pandemic started, but hadn't really seen each other. So we all had the rendezvous on Cape Cod, and I made the Silver Summit fanny packs. That was really fun to be with my college group of friends. And then just last week, I was up in Portland at a big sort of memorial party remembrance for someone who we all used to work with. So I was together with a lot of people that I worked with in the 90s and 2000s. And again, all people I hadn't seen in a long time. So it was just very special every time, because now we all appreciate, like, wow, if this was last year, we wouldn't be doing this. Or we've all learned a lot, I think, about.
And who knows what's ahead of us too.
Yes,
Don't you think that as well? So
yes.
Every moment counts, right?
Speaking of never knowing what's ahead of you, my other thing is sticking with the rehab of old Lefty. So I'm coming up, the end of this month will be 2 years since I had that bad fall and broke my knee and my leg. And I just never would have thought it would be 2 years of rehab. And I've come very, very far, but I am not all the way there yet. And I feel like in the first year, of course, I had to make it like the primary thing I was working on, because it was so recent. But the second year, this has been tough, because it's like, oh my God, I am still going to PT. I am still doing these exercises every day, but I really have stuck with it. I really am just slowly getting better. So I'm going to give myself a little credit for just coming up on the 2-year anniversary. Could be super depressing, but instead I'm going to say, look at how far I've come in 2 years. So that's my approach.
Oh, good. That's a good attitude, Liz. That's a good
I like
attitude.
it, Liz. Yes.
Well, this year, I had one book come out and I wrote another book. And that was a first for me. And that was a lot. So,
that's a lot of writing, Lian. Yeah. You were a busy bee there.
I was, but it was good writing, and it was good focus. And I loved being out on the book tour, because I hadn't gotten to do that, in 2020 when the Sweeney Sisters came out. So being out and about with Lost and Found in Paris was just exciting and fun, and seeing people, Liz, it was that same idea of friends and readers and booksellers, and just wonderful. I connected with many Satellite Sisters, lots of family and friends over the year, but sort of in the middle of that, I had to stop and write a whole other book. And so, and the last 10 weeks of that was hard work. And I was pretty proud of myself that I did it, to be honest, because it's just like 8-10 hours of lonely typing away, writing, digging deep. And the thing that I think was the best part is that I really enjoyed it. It's super fun. It's hard.
It sounds like torture to me, but we're really glad that you like it, Lian. You churn out good books.
Yeah. So it was hard work, but it was fun. I sort of feel like I found some joy again in the creative process, which was great, because, there's been a lot happening over the last 3 years. I couldn't really focus on the creative process, even if I was in the middle of it. So I would say that was just something I'm very proud of. And now I got the notes back, not too many. I have to do a little bit of rewriting, but I should turn that in January. So, and then guess what I have to do in 23? Write another book. But that's okay. I'm already thinking about it. So it was just fun to find joy again in the writing process.
All right.
I would say.
Right. You got to squeeze in that Christmas movie too.
I know. No, don't spend too much time.
Yeah,
Liz.
yeah, we're waiting
That's
for the
the
Hallmark
key.
movie.
Not too much time. That's what I mean. Okay,
Okay.
Jill, what do you have?
Well, I was reflecting on the past year, and while I've had many adventures and experiences, when I thought about, my look what I did, it really is about conversations that I've had with family members and friends. Some of the conversations I've had this year have been difficult. Some have been very, very meaningful. Some have been real turning points, for the people involved in the conversation. Some were more routine, some were fun, some were enjoyable. But I think it's been the most important thing for me this year. And I was reflecting a lot about Dr. P.M. Forney. He was a longtime contributor to Satellite Sisters. He wrote the book, Choosing Civility, the 25 Rules of Considerate Conduct. And in there, he talks a lot about paying attention to people and really listening or respecting others' opinions. And for me to slow down and really listen and focus on what other people's needs were rather than my own needs has really been, an accomplishment. And I just feel like in that moment, it's been very, very human when you can connect with another person, when you have a conversation that is precious or important or fun. Those have been the real gifts for me. So that's what I would say. Important conversations this year.
All right. Excellent, Julie. That's it. Look what I did. Again, we love these contributions. Thanks to everybody who's participated. Still time to contribute over at the Satellite Sisters Facebook page or send us an email, hello@satellitesisters.com. When we come back, we're going to tell you what the drinks are going to be at our holiday wrap party and a few other details, plus some entertaining sisters. So, Julie, this weekend I had the holiday party for my investment club over, right? I was hosting 20 people, a lot of work during the day, moving things around, indoor, outdoor, tables, chairs, making some food, picking up food. And then it was time for me to get ready. Oh, holiday party. And what I did? I put on my beautiful Rothy's, so dressy, so perfect, so comfortable to entertain in your own home. My little metallic flats, they are getting me. They're getting me through this holiday season. They're the perfect shoe for entertaining at home.
Entertaining at home, or even if you go out, Leanne, bring the flats with you. Like dump the heels and put the flats on. I had to go to a big event on Saturday night, Leanne.
Oh, yeah.
My feet were killing me, and all I kept thinking is, I wish I had worn Rothy's. True story.
I totally believe that. We love our Rothy's. They're so comfortable. They're fetching, really, because they have all kinds of colors and patterns and shapes. And you just feel kind of special when you put them on. It's like you belong to a little club, but it's the comfortable shoe club.
Right. I mean, it looks like you made an effort. I mean, let's be certain about that. They're very comfortable, but it looks like you made an effort to look stylish. Yes, I like that.
All right. So if this sounds like something you need to add to your wardrobe or something you'd like to give to the shoe hound on your list, please go check out Rothy's, because we have a special offer. You can get stylish shoes that are versatile and durable enough to wear all of the time with Rothy's. Get $20 off your first purchase at rothys.com/sisters. That's rothys.com/sisters. And Rothy's is ROTHYS.com/sisters. Thanks, Rothy's. All right, this is our last podcast of the year. We're going to tell you a little bit about what's going to be happening with the holiday specials. Liz is on top of that. But we have our Satellite Sisters holiday wrap party this Sunday at 4, and brought to you by MeUndies. Thank you so much, MeUndies, one of our longtime sponsors. And we appreciate the continued sponsorship and support. Also makes great gifts. We just have to say it. I ordered a bunch of MeUndies for the men in my family this week. I think they're going to love them. So MeUndies is the sponsor of our holiday wrap party. So Liz, you're producing this spectacular, and we have a special guest, I understand.
We do, yes. So first, I want to remind people that the holiday wrap party is on the Satellite Sisters YouTube channel. So if you haven't already subscribed there, very easy to do. It's free, I promise. There's no downside to subscribing to the Satellite Sisters YouTube channel. And it will be this Sunday afternoon, December 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific. And it will be me, Julie, Lian, and brand new urban nana Sheila Dolan will be there as our special guest.
Good.
Yeah,
That's nice. That's
Sheila
nice.
is going to join us. Maybe we'll get a report on her new granddaughter while we have her there, but that will be very fun. So the three of us, and of course, Lian's son, Colin, will be our mixologist. And he's cooked up a few special cocktails for us again this year, right, Lian?
He has. He's been hard at work. And how do I know that? Because I texted him yesterday, like, I'm really going to need the name of those cocktails before we go on the air. And this morning at 4:55 a.m., he texted me. He's like, oh, I woke up in a panic. I'm sorry, I forgot to text you this. Here you go. So for him to be up at 4:55, he's excited. Okay, so he wants to do one that's a little bit different. That involves a pine liqueur. And I'm sure most of you are saying that sounds disgusting. And he understands that, but he wants to give it a try anyway. So it's Zurbin's pine liqueur, a Saint Germain gin and lemon, and he's calling it the Swiss Chalet. But if that sounds too complicated and you don't want to drive hours to a liquor store like he's doing today to get that pine liqueur, he can also make the winter cranberry gin fizz cocktail. That sounds delicious and a lot of fun. You're going to learn how to make a cranberry rosemary simple syrup and add that to some gin and some cranberry and some sparkle, and that sounds delicious and easy to make. So he's making those two, the winter cranberry gin fizz and a drink he's calling the Swiss Chalet.
So yeah, I'm looking at the recipe of the winter cranberry gin fizz right now, Lian. This is also an easy one. If you want a mocktail instead of a cocktail, you can just leave out the gin.
Yeah.
The rest of it, delicious cranberries, lime, rosemary infused syrup, a little bit of ginger ale. I guess that's where the fizz comes from. This would be tasty as a cocktail or a mocktail.
So we'll have that recipe in the show notes, and I'll also post it around on our social media and have it in Pep Talk this week. So that's it. So he's excited. He's excited to do that. So he'll be here and we'll be wrapping. We'll be reading some of your toasts. We might have a few of our own.
Oh, yeah, there's still time to do that, too. If you want to make a toast for the new year or to ring out 22, you go to the Satellite Sisters YouTube channel and you'll see the tile that says post your toast. You just click on that. There's a little video there where I explain it. And then in the comments underneath, you can type in your toast and we will share as many of those as we have time for. Because it's nice. It's nice not to be doing all the talking ourselves, Julie. I think you're right. Some listening. We'll be doing some listening and some talking. Okay. So, all right. Now we're moving on to Entertaining Sisters. I had a movie that I took in over the weekend, and Julie, you have one too. So I'm just going to say this. I decided I got all fired up very much in the holiday season this weekend. So I invited a couple of friends over. I actually made dinner and I made things that were favorites of mine from the 2 years of cooking with Liz. So I made the warm crab dip.
Good.
Which is, you cannot go wrong with warm crab dip. I'll just say that. Then I made the chickpea stew, Alison Roman's chickpea stew, which is still one of my go-tos. Then I made the celery salad, Lian, that you gave me the recipe to.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And that was a delicious dinner. My friends were shocked and amazed, and that was very satisfying. And then we were. It's so great that people are still shocked. I'll be sad when people just expect me to cook dinner. And then we moved into the living room. I had the fire cranked up and we watched Spirited on Apple TV Plus.
Okay,
Now-
so how is that movie, Liz?
Okay, you've probably heard about Spirited
Yes.
because it stars Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. So really, you can't lose with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. I mean, I love them individually. They're great together. And it's yet another remake of the Charles Dickens Christmas Carol story. So I would say on the whole, super fun. However, it goes in all kinds of crazy directions plot wise. They just crammed a lot into this movie to the point where, like, halfway through, at one point, we're looking at each other like, wait, what is happening now? And then also the fact that it's a musical. Did I mention it's a musical?
No.
Did I mention this is a Will Ferrell, Ryan Reynolds, Octavia Spencer singing and dancing? It's a musical. And there are times when you kind of forget it's a musical, and then they just start to sing again. And you're like, all right, musical. A musical starring people that don't really sing that well, but that's okay. It's okay. Because it's just the holiday spirit. So it is a crazy, wild ride through a totally newfangled version of A Christmas Carol. But I'll end where I started. You cannot go wrong with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. It is fun. Some of it doesn't make any sense at all.
Suitable for the whole family, Liz? I
think so. I mean, there's some sideline activity that is how people got in trouble in the first place, right? So a little bit of that, but I think I don't know. I never think about that when I'm watching a movie. So I don't remember anything bad, but there could be. Anyway, funny, but like I'll use the word again. It's a romp. Holiday romp.
Okay. All right. Well, that's one on the
That's
list.
Apple TV Plus. Did I say that? Apple TV Plus.
Yes, you did. You did. Well, I watched The People We Hate at the Wedding, which is on Netflix, and I'm going to give it kind of a mixed review. I think it has an excellent all-star cast: Allison Janney, Ben Platt, Kristen Bell, Cynthia Day Robinson. They have some wonderful moments in it, and the story is of sibling rivalry. There's a wedding involved. You can't go wrong with that. It's set in London, so points for that. They have excellent sets, and people are wearing very good clothes. And there's some good, there are a couple of really good scenes. Leanne, I know you saw this movie. It had its moments, don't you?
It did have its funny moments. I like the book a lot by Grant Grinder, so I was very intrigued to see this. And there are some very, very sharp lines. And there's a nice conclusion, I would say. So stick with it. Stick with it.
But here's the caution. This is an adult movie. I would say has a pretty high score on the raunch meter. I mean, there's bad language, there's promiscuous behavior. I'm not sure that you would want to watch this if your college age kids are home. You might be a little cringy watching this together. I think you should, if you have alone time during the holidays, you should watch this. Okay. That's what they're like.
Interesting.
If you go to your room and just shut the door, it's fine. You'll enjoy it. I mean, I really did like Allison Janney, and I shed a tear in the final scene, Leanne. I'm just going to say that. Okay.
Ends on a high note.
Yes. The People We Hate at the Wedding. So that's my review.
All right, I just wanted to mention to any of the Nittany Lions or Utes or band parents that we have in the audience here at Satellite Sisters that I have updated my annual Insider's Guide to the Rose Parade and Visiting Pasadena. It's over at our website on the blog. Liz is going to put a link in the show notes, and I'm going to spread the link around in Pep Talk and various social media. So just some tips if you're coming to Pasadena for the parade. Remember, the parade is on the 2nd this year because they never hold the parade on a Sunday in Pasadena. So January 1st is a Sunday. So the parade is actually Monday, January 2nd, which also happens to be my
wedding anniversary.
My 30th wedding anniversary.
Oh my God.
It's amazing.
30 years. I know. More on that in the new year. But I need to reflect on that. But I cannot believe it. So but that's not in the article. This blog post, I think, will have some good shopping tips and eating tips and where to see the floats and things like that. So that's over at the Satellite Sisters blog. Liz, this is our last show of the season. We're taking 4 weeks off. We'll be back January 10th, but you have put together a bang up all-star lineup for our sort of best of podcast.
Yeah, during the holiday break, we are still here for you. So I was trying to think what would be like cheery and fun, but very special. So we are going to be reposting. So don't worry, it will just come into your feed, reposting 4 of our You're the Best specials. And these You're the Best specials are great interviews we did with amazing Solid Gold Satellite Sisters over the years. So these are all older episodes that we are bringing back because, I don't know, we still love them. We laugh, we cry, we love these. Starting with on December 13th, we'll be re-releasing. We still can't believe we interviewed Nora Ephron. Remember?
Right. Twice.
I know.
Twice.
I know.
Yeah. We were just amazed that she was talking to us, and she was so nice. And that was not too long before she passed away. So anyway, you're going to get Nora Ephron on December 13th, then another fun, I can't believe she's talking to us choice. Julia Louis-Dreyfus was interviewed by us, and we will re-release that on December 20th. Then remember Roz Chast, when cartoonist Roz Chast talked to us?
Yes,
Oh my
that was
God.
a great day for me because she came into the studio, the New Yorker cartoonist. Oh my gosh, I love her.
Yep. So Roz Chast on December 27th. And then we kick off the new year with sort of the ultimate satellite sister, because we mainly talk about sisters with her, Robin Roberts on January 3rd.
We love her. Yes.
So here you go. That's quite a Solid Gold Satellite Sister lineup. Nora Ephron, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Roz Chast, and Robin Roberts to hold you over until we are back on the 10th of January.
All right. A huge thanks, of course, to Sergio Enriquez and Emily Loudermilk, our team, Diane Gray. That's our team, Sergio, Emily, and Diane.
You're the cast of thousands, Liam. Yeah.
So, thank you for all the great work and support in 2022. Thanks to our ad sales people over at True Native. We really appreciate that. It's been a new relationship for us, and we really enjoyed working with you. Thanks to our many, many sponsors this year. I counted them up just because I'm weird like that. We had 18 sponsors this year, and we do appreciate their support because it is how we're able to continue to do the show. And we appreciate you supporting those sponsors. It's sort of how the ecosystem works here, and we appreciate it. Huge thanks and happy holidays to everybody that we worked with this year. All right, our to-do list. Julie, you kick it off because it's wrap party related. Everybody,
I know it's lights, camera, action. I gotta work on. Like, I got to get a top to wear to the party. I got to get my, festive decorations going. I'm very excited about this, and I'm so glad Sheila can join us. And it will be very fun on Sunday. So I hope everyone who can will tune in on YouTube.
All right. Yeah, I am hoping to find a new location. I shot in my kitchen the first year. Last year, we shot outside because we had a flaming drink and I didn't want to set the house on fire.
Yeah, I remember that.
So this year, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out where in the house Colin and I can do our thing. We'll probably be back in the kitchen, but we might set up a separate bar somewhere else, maybe somewhere more festive where you can see my tree if I get it set up.
That would be good. Yeah.
So there you go. Liz, how about you?
Well, I am going to be on the Cooking with Liz set, of course, which in the past few years I have decorated with Christmas lights in my kitchen. So I wanted to kick it up a notch this year. And I mentioned at the top of the show that I had a wreath on my front door. I also, in my living room, have a little mini tree. I went out, Hooper and I went and we got a little mini tree. It's decorated. So I think I'm going to move my mini tree onto the Cooking with Liz set and try to
and the Cooking with Liz set, everyone, is Liz's kitchen. He refers to as his set. Okay, yeah. Carry on, sister.
But I think having a little tree in there, I mean, it's like a countertop tree. So I should be able to just put it on my kitchen counter or my stove or something. Anyway, you might get a tree in the background. That's all I'm saying, sisters. You might get an actual mini tree.
We are pulling out all the stops for the holiday wrap party. There's going to be a top. There's going to be a location. There's going to be a mini tree. Say no more. MeUndies, what more could you want? All right, Satellite Sisters, we hope and Misters, we hope to see you on Sunday at the wrap party. If we don't, you'll be able to watch it at your leisure, right, Liz? People can watch it anytime after that. But many thanks for a great 2022 to everybody who's listened to Satellite Sisters and shared Satellite Sisters and been a part of our year. We appreciate it. Julie, Liz, I'll see you on Sunday.
Yes.
See you then, Leanne.
And don't forget, call your satellite sister.